One of the sad commentaries on our civilization is that hundreds of millions of people, perhaps billions of people, have never had a satisfying, nutritious meal. They fall far short of an adequate, decent, nutritious diet. Now, there's nothing new about this. It's been true throughout all recorded history. What is new is that it's no longer necessary. That if the less developed countries were able to employ and use the know-how, the productive ability, and to develop and distribute the production that would result therefrom, hunger could be abolished from the face of the earth. The war on hunger would be won. Every human being would have a decent, adequate diet. We can win the war on hunger. We must win the war on hunger. And President Johnson has stated clearly and unequivocally, we will win the war on hunger. In November of 1965, the President appointed a committee on food and fiber, a cabinet-level committee, and I was privileged to chair that committee. At the same time, he appointed a working advisory commission on food and fiber. Dean Sherwood Berg of the University of Minnesota chaired that commission. The commission directed itself, among other things, to the problem of world hunger, to the war on hunger, and it reached some very important conclusions. First, it recommended and made clear that the United States cannot and should not try to feed the world. Not very long in the future, the world will run out of food if the less developed countries themselves do not begin to learn how to produce and how to feed their growing population. So we must mostly export know-how, technology, the ability to produce. In the meantime, we export food to buy time so they can learn primarily to feed themselves. The Commission also made clear that the private sector of our economy has a very important part to play in this and must be more effectively mobilized in the war on hunger, and that other more developed countries around the world must join with us in this war to banish hunger from the face of the earth. We're making progress in winning the war on hunger. The study, the recommendation of the Commission on Food and Fiber has made a very important contribution in winning that war, in shortening that historic, vital, and important struggle.